Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of the Four Corners Podcast. My name is John, and I am your host who likes to boast the most because my crew is the best. I love my friends, even though they're so mean to me. Anyways, we have a lineup change for this week's Four Corners Podcast, as Nick and Ethan are out. So, Damian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, John. You know, it's been a rough week, but we're going to get through it.
I feel that. And taking Nick's spot, Kelly.
I'm back.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, John.
How you be?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm just dandy.
Okay,
A
good.
little sweaty, but it's okay.
Oh, me too.
And taking Ethan's spot, Tyler.
Still crispy.
I think this is Tyler's first appearance.
No, man, he was on a video.
Oh, the video. Oh, the one I had to miss.
Yeah, he was sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have
I'm
to
the
follow
intern.
tradition?
He
Oh.
does have to follow. Yeah,
You do
Tyler.
Follow
Yeah.
tradition.
Give us what is it? Three of
your favorite.
three of your current favorite and
and
three all time.
all time.
My what?
Three of your current favorite wrestlers and three of your all time favorite wrestlers. Go.
Neville.
Okay.
Evil Neville.
Fair.
Neville after he lost the title.
Oh, well.
Okay, what about of all time?
Oh, of all time?
Neville.
Oh, my boy with that long hair, HBK.
Okay. This is gonna be,
Go on.
it's gonna be an
Keep
interesting
You have
podcast.
two more.
Oh, shit. Can it just be...
Woo!
No, I got
Ric Flair, yeah.
Yes,
the
please.
Hurricane.
The
Oh, of
Hurricane,
course,
yeah.
the meteorologist.
No,
As
Matt
much as you
Hardy?
sing the-
Or
Hornswoggle,
Jeff
probably.
Hardy?
As much as you sing the Vince McMahon theme song, I'm surprised he's not your choice.
He doesn't count. He's God.
No, he defeated God.
Yeah.
You-
True.
The Hardys?
So he is God.
He is God.
Aren't
They're
they?
not, like, older. Okay, fine, Jeff Hardy.
It's all time.
Jeff Hardy, good choice.
Oh, I mean, that's John's of all time. Before they came back last year. He
Damn
was
right.
Like, yeah, Jeff Hardy.
I'd
Yep,
say
he's
Matt
always
Hardy.
been my favorite.
Matt Hardy?
It
He's
would be
changing it.
Matt
Matt
Hardy.
Hardy.
Can
That's
I-
fine.
Can
I
I
love Matt
update
Hardy.
my roster? Because I, listened to the first podcast I was on, and that was, a month after I started watching.
Nah.
Go ahead, Kelly. Kelly, I don't care. Go ahead,
Kelly,
Gillis.
go.
I'm just doing, all-time favorite.
Okay.
AJ Lee. Hello.
Okay.
Listen here, John. I don't need those faces. AJ Lee, Ty Dillinger, Perfect 10, and Neville. 4 or 5.
All-time favorite?
All-time favorites.
As of today, the present day of October.
Oh, current wrestlers. No,
Well,
because AJ
AJ
Lee's not current.
Yeah, I just.
This,
said
this is your
Oh.
all-time favorite. Neville's one of your all-time favorites already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if you go back and watch his old stuff, NXT
Fair.
was
I mean, he was good
pretty
in NXT.
10 out of 10 out of 10.
But, well, we might have to keep this podcast just a little short this week, but we're going to
John's
try
got
and...
stuff.
Yeah, I have to pick up my lady.
Hi, whatever, Cammy.
Whatever.
She's going to be so... She doesn't listen to this. She really doesn't care.
No.
No. Bye, Cammy.
Bye,
Bye, Cammy. Well, so let's go over some of the major things that we saw on Raw. First of all, we saw the conclusion to the mini Shield versus Braun Strowman. I believe Braun Strowman beat the crap out of Seth Rollins, just like he
Yeah.
did last week. Dean
Yeah.
Ambrose came out to protect him, and he got beat up as well. And then the Bar comes out, really furthering that feud. And as we saw later on in the show, some things that'll
Wait.
probably be happening.
Didn't the Bar come out with Miz?
Well, that's later on.
That was later on.
Oh.
Yeah.
you're right. Sorry.
As we approach that.
Spoiler alert.
But that's just one of that was the opening, and it was a good opening because it wasn't a 30-minute long promo.
It wasn't Roman Reigns.
It wasn't a
talking,
Roman
calling
Reigns
people
promo.
tater
Yeah,
tots,
it just.
Tater
And
tot.
as much as I love Miz TV, it wasn't Miz TV. You know what I mean? It was a
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
it
it
was a
was
nice.
fresh.
Yeah, it was fresh. It was fresh.
Listen, Braun for tag team champion.
just
Hands
By
down.
himself.
by
Yes.
himself.
Oh
By
yeah,
himself.
yeah, for sure. No, he
One
should be-
gun, one a tag team champion or the belt on one gun, the other on the other.
Wouldn't that be cool to see Braun as an IC title? Or an IC champion? Has Big Show ever been IC champion?
Probably.
I want to say
Someone with a
probably, but I
laptop check.
can't think of anything in my mind right now of him being.
No,
Because usually, well, the
I
IC
know he's
championship,
U.S. champion.
the
at one
IC
point.
championship has always been for littler guys. You know what I mean? For the more technically sound, You know what I mean? The HBK, the Bret Hart.
We've had like Shelton Benjamin,
the
Chris
Miz. You know what I
Jericho,
mean? Chris Jericho. Yeah, for sure. I think it'd be kind of cool. And like, I don't know if he's out of the Universal title scene, but
right now I think he is. For right now, Brock is scheduled for Survivor Series. I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll get him back in the mix. But do we have any update on Samoa Joe and how he's doing?
I thought he was coming back at No Mercy. I thought he was making an appearance back there, but I don't know. I don't know what their plan with him is. So maybe they're just keeping him off to the side until they can figure out what they're gonna do with him, because WWE likes to book themselves in a hole. Yeah, they like to book themselves in a corner.
Dude, it's week to week.
It's not even week to week. It's almost day to day with it.
Well, yeah, because like they have a plan, and then that day Vince will be like, "Nah, we're changing it."
Right.
Update: Big Show has not won the IC.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
He's pretty much won everything else besides the IC title.
I mean, he's definitely been tag team champion.
Yeah, yes.
Who's world champion, U.S. champion. So
Heavyweight.
yeah,
ECW champion.
U.S.
Yeah. He's even been captain in CM.
But we'll see what happens with that. Another big storyline coming out, which is a little fresh, kind of. The Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Now, Kelly, it's always nice to have a female's perspective on the women's revolution in WWE.
Hell yeah.
So how have you felt kind of in recent months? I mean, it's been a rough, you know what I mean?
It's been rough.
On Raw, it's been
on
really
Raw
rough.
between,
even on SmackDown, it hasn't been that great.
Yeah. With Sasha Banks, winning it and then losing it the very next day. And, Bayley coming back. I honestly think that Nia Jax is going to be champion here very, very, very shortly.
It almost seems to see that they're booking her that way.
Well, yes. Well, my whole thing is, Alexa's a very strong champion.
Of course.
I absolutely love her as champion.
Of course.
It's just the fact that I feel like WWE is now so concerned with how many times you have been champion instead of how long your reign has been. Because it's like,
I feel you on that.
Yeah,
Sasha
it's
is
more
a
of
4-time champion.
right.
But has she ever won a title defense?
No.
I don't think so.
Right. Like back in the day, that used to not be as prevalent.
Yeah, 'cause
the
it was
first
like-
person I can really think of that like really accentuated how much they were champion was like Booker T, for example, being five time, and now it's every time. The Usos just on SmackDown talked about them being five time.
But I don't think that, especially with like the women's revolution, like AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, like they are two of the most well-known women's champions because they held the title for so long. I think both of them, AJ was around 300 days and Nikki was even longer, I believe.
And I'm wondering,
well, there's a reason why they were champion for so long. There was really no one to take it off them because they were so good. And also Nikki broke the record just because, in spite of AJ Lee.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But still,
it's not the first time WWE's done that.
True.
Won't be the last.
But I wish that they would start doing that. Like with The Miz, his title run is based on the number of days that he has held it. He's number 5 in the world. Either 5 or 6.
He's getting close. He's getting close to like 4.
Yeah, I know he's getting really close to like top.
He's also almost there to break Chris Jericho's record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's gonna break that.
And I'm wondering if it's still that bit of sexism that's in the company, because it's still there. Like it's inherently there. And I'm wondering if if they don't see the women capable of carrying on a long, besides Alexa, because Alexa has, without that little, that Sasha Banks deal, Alexa's been champion for a while.
Yeah, both on Raw and SmackDown.
And I'm wondering if they're just looking for those exciting pops, you know what I mean, for the women's, and to make it seem that the women are, are revolutionizing the game when they're still trying to hold them back. And I think it's only a matter of time until they start headlining more pay-per-views and even WrestleMania coming down the line.
I mean, with Charlotte and Sasha headlining Hell in a Cell, that was a really big thing, especially when it was like actually in Hell in a Cell. I just wish that they would focus more on I guess, like, the actual women of it. Because it's
Right.
like, yeah, their whole thing is the women's revolution. But behind title defenses, that 4-time championship is empty. It's empty. So...
Yeah.
Well, and also they just throw everyone and their brother in the match, or everyone and their sister, I should say, because these are females. But they throw everyone in there, and it just seems like we're not getting a good one-on-one match. Like, you know, Sasha and Bayley put on NXT.
Right before I got back into wrestling, it was Charlotte and Sasha back and forth. Like, that was an actual heated rivalry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The title changed hands, but on one hand, like, it deflated the title, but on the other hand, it was like these two women are putting absolutely everything on the line for that
also,
title,
they
and
absolutely hate each other. You could feel that hate.
Right. I mean, not
so good.
hate each other.
Well,
they were good at building that.
Yeah.
They were good at building that. So we'll see. I don't think that WWE should put the title on Mickie James, but on Raw they almost had her beat Nia Jax. Yeah. And up to this point, nobody has been able to do that. I mean, it took, at No Mercy, it took, three women
people.
just to power bomb her out of the ring, and then 5 minutes later she was back in there, and you could see the fear on their eyes that, like, oh, we got to deal with this girl again, like.
But let's talk about the Alexa and Nia were in the same, like, dressing room. Like,
I didn't think
they were friends.
That's the thing, is they're not supposed to be friends.
Because I thought they were moving towards an Alexa Bliss
face turn.
They were.
I thought there should have been a because when Sasha and Bayley, or when Bayley came back and they both beat up Alexa, like, on paper that's a heel move.
Yeah.
And that's a baby face being beat up in the ring. You know what I mean? That's a double turn right there on paper. But I don't know. Like, we're still waiting on because the Sasha and Bayley feud is still being seeded. You know what I mean? It's been seeded forever, and they keep on bringing hints of it back out. But they won't pull the trigger on it. And that'd be a cool, like, mid-card feud for the women right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pull that trigger. And the thing with the women's division is that it's just about the title. You know what I mean? All women are thrown into there. And I think once they start building those mid-card feuds, I think Sasha and Bayley would be a great mid-card feud. And then
absolutely.
I don't want to say Bayley's done, but I think, have Sasha turn on Bayley and then beat her in that feud, and then have Sasha go back for the title as a heel. You know what I mean?
Bayley needs a new feud, and I mean, Sasha and Bayley have amazing chemistry, as we've all seen. They really do. With the NXT.
And I think we can all agree that Sasha is such a better heel than she is a face by
and also
far.
Those two could headline or like a Raw pay-per-view.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just really excited for Asuka to get here.
Asuka is coming back in 2 weeks at TLC. We're going to have to see how they play her debut on Raw.
Well, yeah.
Like how they're going to introduce her into that, whether she's just going to make an appearance at the women's championship match, or she's actually going to be wrestling. I know that they're trying to boost sales, so they only have 2 weeks to introduce her into the actual Raw, and not everybody that watches Raw watches NXT. So
that's true.
You know what I mean? They're going to have to introduce her.
They won't even have her wrestle at that pay-per-view.
That's what I'm saying, is have her have her visit for the women's championship match. So I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go on. I guess there really wasn't anything more important on Raw besides the cruiserweights, and then here the one right before the cruiserweights, Roman and the Miz
for the IC title.
This really accentuated what we've been expecting. So it looks like it's going to be, the Miz and the Bar versus the Shield at TLC. Not confirmed, but it's definitely,
sure
they went out there and Roman beat the Miz by DQ, but only because the Bar came out and just wailed on Roman. Is this the one where Roman took out the Miz Taraj at the beginning
with the chair?
With the chairs, yeah. Really just decimated him. Just decimated him.
It was brutal.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
But then you saw the Bar come out, and I was expecting the Shield to come out then, but they didn't. And so that really, I think the reason they did that is because at the beginning of the show, you saw Roman saying, oh, I don't need them, stuff like that. And you see that, and subtly in your mind, you're like, oh, he does need them. Cesaro and Sheamus are, in kayfabe and in real life, two of the strongest wrestlers on there. And The Miz is a good technical wrestler. He's a good wrestler in general.
Oh, and he's strong himself.
He's strong himself. So, this is a task that Roman Reigns can't do on his own. And that's what they're going to try and boost the sales, as we saw with the last promo at the very end before we get into the cruiserweights. We saw Roman sitting there, and then we saw Dean approach. Big pop for Dean Ambrose. And then, of course, they just kind of stared at each other. And then the camera pans over to Seth Rollins. Another big pop for him. So this is something that the fans are really, really excited to see. And I think WWE's trying to pull this so Roman gets over again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it'll be hard. It'll be hard not to cheer for
the Shield.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying. I was saying that the only way I'm gonna ever root for Roman Reigns is if he's with the Shield, and even then, I still will have to boo him at times.
Right.
Even at Raw, I'm gonna still say Roman sucks. Even when the Shield
in 4 days.
Nice. Yeah.
4 days.
Wait,
We're going.
When's the next pay-per-view?
Well, this Sunday is Hell in a Cell, but
That's
Raw
SmackDown.
pay-per-view is 2 weeks from now. It's Hell in a
I
Cell.
bet they're gonna tease it. I bet they're not gonna actually do it.
No.
Do what?
I swear, if they don't do it at our Raw show, I will be pissed.
There is too some things are too obvious in WWE. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's just some things that are too obvious.
It was like when Dean and Seth were, at Roman's side, he just gave them that little knowing nod that was like, yeah, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, we have been teased with the Miztourage doing their little fist thing above Roman, and then this week we saw Miz and the Bar do that. So, I mean, it's inevitable that it's going to happen, and if it happens,
Let's just hope
happens
it
this
happens
week.
At our...
That would be...
I will mark out so hard if they do.
I think we'll all mark out.
We'll all be in the field.
We're all marked.
I think one thing that I can start marking out for again are the cruiserweights, just because I think they're heading in the right direction. Hopefully they don't mess it up, kind of like we were saying last week. Yeah, I know. So the way that promo was set up, it was another one of those main event, Enzo really building up that he is the main event and he is getting 205 Live on the main event. And then it kind of came to it's a weird conclusion that, since you all beat him up, none of you get a chance at the title, which to me kind of feels like we still want Enzo as champion. We just don't want to put him in any matches because nobody can believe that he can actually win.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. And then they finally, after years of people saying this, got Callisto on the fucking... Oh, good lord.
Woo!
The 205 Live roster. See, that's how heated I am, because they weren't doing anything with him, and they finally brought him up. It was kind of a weird, one man can fight him, and that's Callisto. Come on out, buddy.
It was like... I was like, I was expecting a big name,
right?
Something.
I really thought
someone from the tournament or something.
Yeah, yeah, or even someone brought up from NXT or something like that.
Hey, Bushi, they should have brought him in.
But he'll never
do it.
The pop that Callisto did get, while it's not the biggest, he still got a fair reaction.
I think people are just excited to see Callisto again.
They would have booed the heck out
of him.
Yeah,
I know, but I think that people are just excited. Like I am. I'm just excited to see him back on TV. Like when he had that dumpster match with Braun Strowman, I was so excited for that. I was so pumped for that, and I think I'm pretty sure that's the last time we saw him.
Oh yeah.
Unlike besides him just jobbing out to someone.
I'd rather see Rey Mysterio come and kill.
Yeah, we did think it was gonna be Rey Mysterio, but
I'm just glad Callisto, former U.S. champ. I think he's good.
He is good. He's a luchador.
I
legend.
like him, and especially with the 3 moves he did to Enzo at the end. I just think the cruiserweights are going to be a very good place for him to go. He's going to be highlighted so much there.
So I think we can all expect. I don't think he's going to win that championship at
Oh
TLC.
no, I don't think so either.
Enzo's gonna pull some stuff again.
Maybe eventually.
Eventually, yeah, because Enzo can't remain champion for long. There has to come a time when he just can't win it anymore.
He'll probably lose and go to Lucha
Right.
Underground.
Well, yeah. So let's switch on over. We do have a pay-per-view this weekend. We have Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell.
Usually, one of the biggest criticisms with a gimmick pay-per-view like this is that you're almost forced to have those matches where, like, a Hell in a Cell, it should be a match where these two teams just cannot be contained and they need to be put into this brutal structure. And I think the biggest thing with this pay-per-view is I think those matches that are in a Hell in a Cell, I think they fit.
It's not,
it's
just
not just a random.
They could have just thrown Shinsuke
right.
and whatever.
If this wasn't Hell in a Cell, the pay-per-view, and they called these matches to be in a Hell in a Cell, it would fit. You know what I mean? Like it would just make sense.
Yeah, because there's so much heat between the two Hell in a Cell match.
Some of the matches on this card, however, like the kickoff show, we have Ty Dillinger versus Mike Kanellis.
Why? Like
what?
Why?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
It makes
they haven't
no
even,
sense.
Like interacted.
I think it's easy.
Do we really?
Yeah. Ty Dillinger versus Mike Kanellis.
Oh, I did not know that.
I don't think I've heard of this wrestler yet.
That is
Of who?
That is the official card. Mike Kanellis?
Who is he?
He's the lover. He's the lover guy.
Power
Well,
of
he actually
love.
he went into rehab. He went into rehab.
Yeah.
Right after being debuted, and his wife is pregnant, so like she's not on there anymore.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited
I was about to say, I've
for
only seen him
her.
once.
So okay,
John,
Damian. Yeah, I was just about ready to go. Damian,
we'll just go. It's gonna be a perfect 10. Ty Dillinger's winning that
Kelly?
match.
Perfect 10 by pinfall.
Tyler.
Rehab can't help him win this one.
Try to make me go to rehab.
Oh my
I
God.
say not Ty Dillinger. There's no.
Oh,
I can't unless Mike Kanellis really gets a roll up on him or something like that. But the way they've been booking Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Another kickoff match, which I didn't know was happening, apparently is Naomi and Becky Lynch versus Lana and Tamina.
When did this get
Now, I
okay,
guess.
Cool.
Let's hope this is real sources. And
Let's hope this is real sources. I don't know
Fake
why it wouldn't be. Fake news. Yeah. So if that is the case, Damian.
Who was it?
It was
Becky and Naomi.
Becky and Naomi
Lana
and Lana and Tamina.
We'll just go Lana and what's her name? Tamina. Tamina, yeah.
Oh my
whatever.
God.
Tamina.
Whatever. Mix those two names together, but yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter. It's a pre-show
Doesn't matter
match.
what you think.
I probably won't watch it. It's a pre-show.
I watch it.
I bet Lana will
But,
do some dirty.
you know.
That's how they win.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go against the. Don't be nasty. I'm gonna go against you two. I'm gonna say Becky Lynch and Naomi.
Nope.
Fair.
Nope, not happening.
Tyler? Tyler, what do you think, buddy?
Naomi will dance and then she will lose.
Straight to the point. I like
So
it.
he's even calling for Naomi to get the pin or to be pinned. Yeah, I think that Naomi and Becky Lynch are gonna win this.
Thank you.
I think that they're
They're the stronger out
Right.
of the two.
because I think that what's probably gonna happen is Carmella's gonna end up with the title soon. I think they're gonna, and then they'll probably put Naomi back in the title scene. Becky Lynch isn't doing much, and Lana and Tamina are just kind of there.
I want Becky
now.
to win back the title,
But
that's not gonna happen anytime
so
soon.
on to the actual main event. Are these all fake? There's no way that's real. The Fashion Police versus Eric Rowan and Luke Harper.
No, you need to go. You need to go. And
I don't
find
know. It sounded.
I have them written down here.
Ah!
You stopped that, you
I found a
I found CBS
A
Sports.
score.
Just
I
CBS
found a
Sports needs to be.
scorecard that has all of the matches.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to WWE.com and look this up.
Yeah, there's no way this is real.
I mean,
So maybe.
Anyways,
scratch,
okay, so,
Ty
yeah.
Dillinger and Mike
Chad
Ellis.
Gable and Shelton Benjamin
There
versus
we
the
go.
Hype
Okay,
Bros.
that
I
is-
know that
that-
one is
that
real.
one's-
I know that
Yep,
one is
that's
real.
what I have on my computer. Okay.
So, Damian, who do you have on that match?
Oh, my boy Shelton Benjamin. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kelly?
I think Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable are gonna win via pin. Shelton's gonna make the fall. Mojo's gonna take it, and then Zack Ryder turns heel.
Tyler?
I'm prepared,
you know,
dude.
this is brutal, but high pros haven't even been relevant. They don't get a lot of TV time, so they're probably gonna lose.
Exactly. Why would they win?
Yeah, plus Tyler, they've been they've been building a lot of tension. And it's believed that they're going to split up. Zack Ryder's going to turn heel.
I've been working the last few SmackDowns, so this is
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I'm going to agree with everything Kelly just said. I think it's fair to give Shelton Benjamin the rub right as soon as he gets on his first pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Don't be nasty!
Oh, my good Lord. Next match was one that I am surprised that I'm excited about. The way they've been booking this has been better. We have Randy Orton versus Rusev. Damian, who do you have winning this match?
I hope Rusev wins because they've been making him look like a joke.
I'm waiting for the butt.
My boy, but Randy's my boy. But I want Rusev to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly?
This is a stupid feud. I hate it. I think Randy's going to win via pinfall. And I think there's going to be an Aiden English interference because, first of all, why is he teaming up with Rusev? Like, that's just the strangest thing to me. So
Give him something to do. I like it, though. I think it's refreshing. It's nice.
Yeah, better. I mean, he's on TV. I mean,
he's on TV.
Yeah, he's on TV.
Showing his talents. I'm okay with that.
I don't like this feud. I just want it to be over with.
Tyler?
You know, I actually kind of like the match. Two big boys going at it. Well, I know Randy's not like big boy, but he's big boy with popularity-wise. Rusev's just a big boy.
Rusev is a big boy.
So who you got?
Rusev crush.
I got Rusev.
He's got Rusev. I also have Rusev. I think it's Rusev's time to be pushed. Give him a U.S. title chance. That's what I'd like to see. Next match, which is a match that's got a weird feud to it. They're basically fighting over gimmicks and entrances. We have Dolph Ziggler, the show-off, and glorious Bobby Roode. Damian, who do you have winning this match?
Well, Dolph can't win a match ever, even though he says he's the best in the ring. I'm going to go Bobby Roode. But I'm hoping Dolph will do something, controversy with controversial, I should say, with his entrance. If he doesn't come out to CM Punk's theme, then
wow, that'd be great.
Going to.
I don't think
that'd be
Kelly.
I think that Bobby is gonna win via pin because this is his first
gonna get that glorious DDT.
SmackDown pay-per-view. I think he's gonna win via fall or pinfall, and I think Dolph Ziggler is gonna imitate his.
That'd be cool to see. I'd like to see that.
Dolph will probably come out first, do the whole glorious entrance,
and then the actual glorious entrance.
Bamboozle, it's Dolph
Bamboozled.
Ziggler.
Tyler?
He bamboozled me with the Undertaker.
They did.
Yeah, he did.
For just a split second. Tyler?
It sucks, because I always saw Dolph Ziggler as kind of the second coming of HBK. But
he is kind of an HBK ripoff.
Not like that high tier, but he's a
good
wrestler.
He's a good worker.
Yeah.
It sucks that he gets the shaft on everything in his entire career.
So I'm assuming you're going Bobby Roode.
He's a man cheerleader,
Yeah. That was a fun time.
Well, wasn't he teamed up with Big E and AJ Lee at one point?
Yeah, and he was champion at that point.
Yeah. And
I got Bobby Roode as well because it just seems that everybody that gets called up or everybody new that comes in is they have to go through Dolph Ziggler. So whatever they decide to do with Dolph Ziggler after this should be interesting, but someone's in trouble.
Sorry, they're coming for me.
Maybe it's the ambulance going to Ric Flair because the next match is Natalya and Charlotte Flair.
Wow,
I really tried to segue that one.
Segue.
You're right. Anyways, then we have the champion Natalya going against Charlotte Flair for the championship. Damian, who do you have?
Is that even a question? My girl Charlotte.
Your girl Charlotte.
My girl
Hi Charlotte.
Hey.
Hi Macy.
Hey Macy, how you doing? But
Hi, Macy.
anyways, yeah, like you've been saying, I think Charlotte will win, and then Carmella will come out and win the Money in the Bank.
Mega heat.
Yeah.
Mega heat. Charlotte's first SmackDown championship being ruined like that. Kelly, I see you shaking your head. What do you got?
I agree. I think Charlotte's gonna win. Obviously, love of my life. Via submission.
Okay. Because she tapped out.
Yeah.
She did already tap out.
So I think. What did you do? And I think Carmella's gonna tease a cash in, but I don't think she's going to. I think they're waiting for her to have a bigger moment than
Tyler?
Hell in a Cell. Thanks.
Not even wrestling. Natalya's just annoying. She's gonna lose.
He's not wrong.
Good point.
Yeah, I'm also going to agree with everybody. This isn't very much of a controversial predictions show, but yeah, Charlotte Flair, probably Carmella cashing in. I could see it. Mega heat on her. Should be interesting to watch. Should be a good match because they're both really good in ring. It's just Natalya's annoying. Speaking of championships, we have probably going to be the best match of the night. The New Day versus the Usos tag team championship in the Hell in a Cell. You know, they have put on in other situations, I wouldn't like how much this has dragged on.
Oh, but it's so
fantastic. It's
fantastic.
something that I just have to be okay with because you cannot argue good wrestling, good match, good. And there's not even much of a story to it. It's just two teams, very competitive. You know what I mean? It makes those tag titles feel incredibly high up there, high ranked.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, Damian, who do you have winning the New Day versus the Usos, taking the championship in Hell in a Cell?
Hi, Vince.
Hi, Vince.
I got the New Day. I just want to see them hold the titles a little bit longer, but seriously, I don't know where it goes from here. Like, after this, do they go and fight again? Or do they bring someone else in?
I think this is the blow-off match. I'm pretty sure this is the blow-off match.
I mean, but dang, I want to see it again.
It's got to be, right?
I want to see it again and again, and it's so good. But then at some point, you just got to,
Police.
I mean, for that to happen, I mean, the Usos would probably have to win.
Probably.
But
Kelly? You got New Day winning, Damian?
Yeah.
Kelly, who do you have?
Oh, New Day retains, obviously. I think Big E's going to make the fall. Jay is going to take the fall. And Xavier is going to be excluded from the match.
Gotcha. Tyler?
Oh, damn. Xavier's not in the match, right?
We don't know.
We don't know.
You don't know until the actual match. I
want Xavier to be in there.
It's going to be Xavier off of the cell onto Jay through a table.
Ooh, what if he did that cool spot, that elbow drop from one side of the Hell in a Cell, and he's like leaning, on the ropes outside of the ring instead of inside? You know what I mean? That elbow drop that he does off of the Hell in a Cell.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I have been turning this over in my mind. I would like to see the New Day win, just because I really like them as champions. But I think in the long run, it's better for the Usos. I think the Usos should clean out this feud. Should be the one standing tall at the end of this feud. Because, frankly, the Usos have been immaculate. There's nothing more to say about them. Ever since their heel turn, they've been incredibly good. So, I think the New Day will probably win it. But I think that...
But I just don't know.
It's better for the Usos.
It could go either way.
Where
It
the
could go
teams
either
would
way.
go
Right.
after this.
I mean, a lot of these are, what's going to happen after that. For example, the next match. We have arguably one of the least interesting WWE Championship matches in recent years, just because of the build-up to it. Even Randy Orton and Jinder, well, I don't think was as bad as this. So we're seeing Jinder Mahal, the champion, versus Shinsuke. Damian.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Honestly, I don't care.
As I say, we might have to speed this up.
Oh well.
Just a
I don't really care. So we'll just go Jinder.
Yeah, Kelly.
Shinsuke. The title needs to be taken off of Jinder. He's a joke of a champion.
I mean, he is, but
I'd rather Shinsuke get it and give it to someone else.
Tyler.
Punjabi.
Yeah, that's all.
Wow.
I like it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do another swerve and have Jinder win again. Keep that India market. Keep it going. There's no other reason unless they do a Kevin Owens angle.
I mean, Triple H is in India right now, so
Right. I was gonna say unless they're doing, because the next person I'd want to see with that championship is Kevin Owens, frankly. So I think Jinder Mahal is probably gonna win it. John Cena might win that championship off of Jinder Mahal, so he'll probably keep it.
I don't think John will. We won't see John until probably Royal Rumble.
But
So
I could see Jinder holding it that long.
No.
That'd be scary, but.
It's scary that he's held it this long.
Speaking of probably another good match that we'll see is the United States Championship between AJ Styles, champion, and Baron Corbin. Damian, who do you have?
Well, since Baron Corbin ruined his chance at the WWE title, let's go with Baron Corbin winning
Baron
this.
Corbin.
AJ Styles, if Jinder wins, AJ Styles goes
Going
up.
after.
Or we'll just see another, like a title defense.
Yeah.
But
Maybe just to push it along. Kelly, I see you shaking your head.
AJ retains. I can't see Baron Corbin with the title.
Tyler?
That boy's just such a silly boy. AJ Styles.
I also have AJ Styles. I think Baron Corbin has really kind of ruined his chance at it. We'll see where he goes. He'll probably just blunder in the mid-card. After that Money in the Bank failed cash-in.
He's a joke.
Just don't know if there's anything to bounce. He does. He needs to shave his head.
T-shirts, though.
I like his theme.
But probably another match. If the Usos in the New Day match isn't the best match, this will be the next best match.
Oh, absolutely.
Most likely headlining. We have Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon in Hell in a Cell. Damian, I think it's pretty obvious to see who's going to win, but who do you have in this one?
I have Kevin Owens. I don't see really Shane winning, but it'd be interesting to see where it goes. It went like I see Shane or Kevin going up to the top and jumping like they,
especially with the rules that false count anywhere.
or just have him like Shane taking a power bomb through the cell, and
That'd be nuts. But I think he's too old.
I don't know.
Kelly, what do you think?
I think Kevin Owens is going to win. I don't really understand the whole false count anywhere rule because it is in Hell in a Cell. That kind of negates the purpose of
they
Hell
can
in
do
a
it.
Cell.
I think they mean that false count anywhere inside of the Hell in a Cell, so like you can just pin them outside of the ring. It's weird. It is a weird rule, but I mean that just
I think it's just
we're going to see a spot.
Shane was just like, well, if you happen to get out of the cell,
right,
I can pin you anywhere in this
Tyler
building.
Yeah.
What do you think, buddy?
Listen, if Shane can survive another drop off that cell, I bet he can win.
So you have Shane.
Yeah, I have KO winning. I think the only reason that Shane would win would just to see Kevin Owens snap, because he's been deranged lately. That's his gimmick so far, has been back to really just super maniacal Kevin Owens. And I think that's the only reason why Shane would win. Have Kevin Owens snap and start just tearing through the roster and go for the championship, which I would like to see. Maybe even John Cena and Kevin Owens again for the title. Could have that. But I don't know. I think Kevin Owens will win. It should be an interesting pay-per-view. Damian, you got a finisher for us, bud?
Finisher. Well, let's just get through the next pay-per-view so we can get to Survivor Series. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Kelly?
My finisher is Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
You excited for Monday?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, listen. I am very happy with the fact that they're pushing Ty Dillinger now. I think
wouldn't call it a push.
Well,
he's
on TV.
Is he a jobber?
I mean, he's winning matches now. That's what I mean by push.
Right.
More TV than CM.
Yeah. I'm just excited to see where it goes, and hopefully, maybe he'll get an actual title run chance. We'll see.
Tyler, you got a finisher?
Punjabi.
Why is that your finisher?
That's a good way. That's a good way to finish it.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Ginger's a
I mean, that's how I know Tyler. You know,
I think my finisher, my finisher actually isn't going to be about WWE.
What is your finisher? Shh.
My
John,
finisher
what is your
is
finisher?
my finisher is a shameless plug. So this Saturday, I am going to be making my commentating debut at an independent wrestling promotion here in Indiana at Emerge Wrestling. Thank you.
You're welcome.
One of the better independent wrestling promotions, really going to be getting off the ground here soon.
Our friend Dalton's in that.
Yeah.
Hi,
Justin
Dalton.
Myers. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, you're more than welcome to look on Facebook. I should be making my commentating debut on a Facebook Live. If for whatever reason you're in the area, it's in Columbus, Indiana. You can look that up as well. But that's my finishers, my shameless plug.
Also, Emerge is very good. Tyler and I went.
Over the summer?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very
fantastic.
We're also excited for Monday. We're all going, besides Tyler, to Monday Night Raw to see the Shield reform.
Can we vlog that?
Ethan can. Ethan's got the camera.
Well, I mean, you can also do just phone. I mean,
we could do
iPhone is just. I mean, obviously camera's better, but iPhone gets the job done.
I mean, we'll probably put out tweets.
Yeah,
that's true. That'd be cool.
So that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Four Corners Podcast. I just want to say thank you to Kelli and Tyler for filling in. Please stay on the lookout for our next podcast, as we will be going over Hell in a Cell and over the Raw event that we go to. Follow us on all of our social media, and from everyone here at the Four Corners Podcast, we wish you a wonderful day.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a